What's up? It's Coach Ben, and this is the betting analysis for this week. And we're going to be covering Fight to Win in Dallas, Fight to Win 173, as well as a little bit of a preview, early bets for who's number one, which is going to be next Friday on Flow Grappling. Both events are on Flow Grappling, and we're brought to you by Fight to Win and also Super Fight Sportsbook. To open an account on the sportsbook that has props and betting lines for all grappling events, including even the smaller shows and the prelims for Fight to Win, EUG, and all kinds of grappling events. Email superfightsb@gmail.com. So that email again is superfightsb, like sportsbook, @gmail.com, and just say that you want to open an account and they will take care of you for that. So this week, the betting lines for Fight to Win are not going to be on BetDSI or BetOnline. They want to focus more on the big shows, and so that's why I'm including a analysis for who's number one, just a quick preview. And so that's that you'll see that you'll hear that towards the end. All right, we're going to start with Fight to Win 173. So the first match is Joao Meow taking on Pedro Diaz. Joao Meow is at minus 295, and Pedro Diaz is at plus 185. So again, these betting lines are only available on Super Fight Sportsbook. So if you do not have an account, please make one, and just go back to the beginning of the podcast, and I have the email address out there for people to sign up with new accounts. All right, so this match between Joao and Pedro Diaz has happened before. Joao won by, I believe it was advantage or ref decision. It was a 0-0 match. Definitely, I would not bet Joao as a huge favorite here. Minus 295 is just too much. I would personally take Joao by decision, and that is at minus 105 on Super Fight Sportsbook. Minus 105. I think the max bet is, I think it's $300. So I would probably do about 1 unit on this bet. So 1 unit for me is it's around $400, but for you it could be it could be anything. It could be $10, right? So 1 unit is just 1% of your bankroll. All right, so in that match, Joao versus Pedro, I've got Joao by decision. Okay, co-main event of Fight to Win 173 is Kendall Ryusing taking on Talita Noguera. Kendall is minus 300, so she's a sizable favorite, and Talita Noguera is plus 185, and this is on Super Fight Sportsbook. So this match, I think Kendall is the rightful favorite. She's the more, I would say, pure grappler. Talita Noguera has done some MMA. She's had some mixed results. And I think Kendall is just going to, be able to pressure on top and probably win a decision here. I mean, she could submit, but I'm going to go with the decision. I'm going to go with Kendall by decision. I would definitely stay away from the minus 300 money line. It's just too much to pay. The decision line is minus 110, so I like that. I think Kendall by decision is the play here. That's what I got. All right, so this is Ben's Bets. This is the portion of the show where I talk about the bets that I'm going to make this week. And like I always say, I make these bets. So if you want to tail me, then, do it at your own risk. This is only money that we can afford to, invest, which means that there is a chance that you lose. But if you lose, we're going down together because I'm also going to place these bets. All right, so first bet, this is for Fight to Win 173. It's happening on Friday in Dallas, is Joao Meow by decision, minus 105, 1 unit. Second bet is Kendall Ryusing by decision at minus 110. and this is also 1 unit. Third bet is Paulo Meow by decision, minus 125, 1 unit. And we're, always looking to hit all the bets, right? But this is just not realistic. You can't win all the bets. You have to play for value, and that's really what sports betting is all about, is looking to get the best value and be a winner long term. And so that's the plan. All right, so like I said at the beginning of the podcast, I was going to talk a little bit about who's number one. So who's number one, the betting lines are already out on BetDSI and BetOnline. So if you want to sign up for BetDSI, for example, just use the code JJM. You get a sign-up bonus. I think it's 50%. So if you deposit $500, you get an extra $250 to play with. And then the BetOnline link is actually at the bottom of the YouTube, I believe. If you can't find that, just go to Instagram and go to @GrapplingOdds. So if you haven't followed @GrapplingOdds on Instagram, that is just where we keep the most recent line. So it's a very useful tool for sports bettors. All right. So for who's number one, I've kind of identified five competitors that I think are, you don't want to use the word lock, too much, but I just don't see these people losing. And, that's no disrespect to their opponent. It's just that, these people, they're just, I believe that it would be very difficult under these rules for them to lose. And it is these 5 right here. And what you can do on Superfight Sportsbook is you can actually parlay. The parlays are kind of limited to, I believe it's like $25, right? But you know what? That's fine. I think $25 for parlays, you can still make a good amount of money if you add, even more, right? So if you have any other bets you want to add into the parlays, you can. Just be careful. I would stay away from any parlays that go into like 6, 7, 8 legs. Those usually never win. I like to stick to about 3, 4, 5 leg parlays. I think are best. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. All right. So these people, like I said, I don't think they can lose. I'll start with the strongest, and I will end with kind of the riskier ones, right? So Cade Ruotolo, I think that after his performance against Ethan, I don't even know many people that can beat him, right, at his weight class. So I think Cole Franson is a great competitor, but like I said, there's levels, and Cade at minus 400 right now, I think is, even to bet that straight up, I think it would be wouldn't be that bad. Always just be careful betting somebody that big of a favorite, right? But if Cade were to fight Cole 4 times, I think he wins all 4 times. That's just my opinion. I think he wins, 8 out of 10, probably 9 out of 10, right? So I think there's value on that line, right? Next, Cody Steele taking on Philip Rowe. The only reason I think Cody is to me is a lock here is because he's a pure grappler, and Phil Rowe is no slouch. He was on the Submission Underground show. He did pretty well. Went to overtime. He's a good grappler, but this is Cody has some experience here, and Philip Rowe is an MMA fighter. So the odds would be even crazier if it was Cody fighting Phil in MMA. I mean, it would be probably minus 700 for Phil. So, but in pure grappling, I think Cody, he's definitely going in my parlay. Rafaela Gettys, she is taking on Aaron Harp. So Rafaela Gettys, I think, is at this very moment, I think top 3. I'm not really sure of the rankings at the moment, but I think she's top 3 pound for pound. She's very, very good. She just submitted, she just guillotined somebody. I cannot remember who, but anyway, at the Subversive tournament. But either way, she's minus 450. I don't think that she can lose here. Erin Harp, very good female competitor, black belt. She has a win over Maggie Grandotti, but I just think the caliber again here is not the same. And I also think that Rafaela may be a little bit larger. So I've got Rafaela there as well. And again, this is like a parlay, right? So these are the 5 people that I think cannot lose, except under an extreme circumstance, or and I could just be wrong. So next person, Mikey Musumeci, minus 800, right? I think that's justified. It could even go further. Mikey Musumeci, nobody expected him to heel hook Lucas Pinheiro that quick. It was like less than a minute, I think. So he's taking on Juni Ocasio. I think Juni is very good leg locker. I don't think Mikey can actually leg lock him. Maybe could, but I see Mikey just being too much. It's just he's a scary guy to go against. I would be scared to be against him, and I'm 200 plus pounds. So Mikey, there's some aura that he brings with him. It's kind of like Gordon. He's kind of like a lightweight Gordon Ryan. It's just very hard to beat a guy like that. He seems to have just incredible fundamentals, incredible guard. He has leg locks now. He's always been good at back takes. He's got a very good straight foot lock. It seems like whenever he gets even a foot lock grip on somebody, they start to panic. Now that he's added heel hooks, I just don't see him losing, and so he's definitely going in the parlay. Not that he can't lose, he's lost before, but against people of his similar size, that's going to be rough. Juni is a bit bigger, so, we'll see. But I've got Mikey. And last person, if you're doing a parlay and you don't want to go to 5 legs, you just want to keep it at 4 legs, keep this person off then, okay? The last person I got is Keenan Cornelius. He's taking on Sam Rita. And the reason I picked Keenan here is again, just the caliber, and the experience and the competition that Keenan has faced. I think that Keenan has definitely shifted his focus over the years to more of being like an entrepreneur, I think. And also he's mainly known as a gi guy. He's a gi innovator, worm guard, all that stuff. He's the guy who created the worm guard. So no gi, I don't know. But I will say that Keenan, I still remember Keenan when he was doing that brown belt Kumite thing from Lloyd Irvin, and man, this guy's no-gi game is pretty good. He heel hooked Keenan Dwarch in ADCC trials, or in I think it was it might have been another tournament, but anyway, I know that he got a heel hook on Keenan, and Keenan's a absolute no-gi world's champion. I just don't think that Rita has ever dealt with somebody on the caliber of a Keenan, and Rita is very good, but usually what Rita does is he either smashes you or, he kind of, there's some holes, right? So he faced, I saw the match with him and Lachlan Giles, and it's a long time ago, of course, but Lachlan heel hooked him twice, and Lachlan's not exactly the biggest guy, so I just think there's holes in his defense, and it seems like he's one of these guys that when he's the hammer, he hits you hard, but when he's the nail, things may start to fall apart. That being said, though, Keenan has not been too active in competition, so if there was going to be somebody in these 5 people that I mentioned that I would be wary about, it would be Keenan. Yeah, he would be the one that I would, just be a little bit careful with, because we just don't know what we're going to get. And Rita is, he moved to the U.S., I think a year ago or sometime recently. So he has new training partners. He has, he's finally getting his name out there. He's getting recognition. He has experience in the Who's Number One shows. So, you can't count them out. But that being said, I've got Keenan. So the 5-person parlay I've got for who's number one: Cade Rutolo, Cody Steele, Rafaela Gettys, Mikey Musumeci, Keenan Cornelius. All right. So on the offshore sites like BetOnline and BetDSI, you cannot parlay yet. It's just how it is. Parlays are usually reserved for the kind of the more well-known sports, right? So as soon as grappling gets more out there, we're gonna be able to parlay soon enough. All right, when the lines get more accurate, we will be able to parlay on the major sites. But for now, you just got to go to Super Fight Sportsbook, and that's it. That's all I got this week. Thank you for listening. Thank you to Jim, my producer, and I will see you next week for Who's Number One Drawing the Line episode.